On Tuesday, November 26th, Gibson Guitars, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, the United States Homeland Security Investigations, and Border Protection are going to be announcing the largest seizure of counterfeit Gibsons that they've ever had, and they're estimating the value, if they were real, would have been over $18 million. Two quick details, because I know people are going to ask these two things in the comments section before I tell you why I believe that this is a great thing. First is, I know about this because I was sent an invitation to actually go and see the event on Tuesday in Carson, California at 11 a.m. And second of all, because the valuation of $18 million was not just an arbitrary number. There's over 3,000 instruments that they seized, and if you do the rough math on just those numbers, keeping them around, you're looking at about $6,000 a pop, so custom shop level prices. Why is this good? Aren't we supposed to want to have cheaper guitars? Yeah, but no, not like this. Guitars that blatantly have fake made in the USA logos on them. Guitars that have fake brand logos on them. I don't care if it's Fender, if it's Gibson, if it's PRS. It doesn't really matter to me. The whole fact of the matter is this. We live in 2024. From the low end, if you're saying, oh, Gibsons are too expensive, I can't afford the real deal, you have a ton of great brands available to you, like Harley Benton. They make really great guitars at an affordable price. You also have Epiphone, then you can get those things used. And I just made a video about Tokais. Those things are absolutely killer and arguably even better than the real deal, but I digress. We can name off all the brands that make those styles of guitars all day long. The point stands that there's still demand for these Chibson instruments, and I can't wrap my head around why, especially because Gibson get labeled as the bad guys a lot of the times when they protect their trademarks. And we're musicians, guys. If you're somebody who's creating things and you're writing songs, that's something that, you hold dear to you, and something that you wouldn't want somebody to just straight up steal from you. That sucks. That's not a cool feeling. I'm very, very, very in favor of being able to protect your intellectual property. Even if you were to play devil's advocate and say, hey, Jim, all those brands you just mentioned, they're kind of stealing some of Gibson's IP as well, with both the shapes of the bodies and in some cases the headstocks. I would say this. If you buy a Tokai, it's going to say Tokai on the headstock. If you buy a Harley Benton, the same thing. Cruise Maniac sound, the list goes on and on and on. Greco, Harley Benton, it doesn't matter. They're all going to have their own brand names on them. And in many of the cases, you're going to have the country of origin on the back of them as well. Compare that with the Chibsons. They are selling you counterfeit merchandise through and through. They are meant to fool people into thinking that they're American-made Gibson guitars, both with the Gibson logo on the headstock and with the Made in the USA and fake serial numbers on the back of them. And don't get me wrong, I understand that there are some people who have pretty valid reasons who were rubbed the wrong way in the past by Gibson as a brand. I'm not exactly their biggest fanboy myself. I have one Gibson guitar, and it is that acoustic, the Dove, that will never, ever, ever leave my side. But this is something that I feel we should all be on the same page with. There are so many other alternatives out there at all the different price points, and high quality stuff exists. And if you don't want to support Gibson, why on earth would you buy a fake Gibson that's still going to have the Gibson logo on it? I don't know. If you can let me know, if you're somebody who buys these things in the comments section, do your best. Try and justify this kind of purchase. I always enjoy these sorts of videos because there are people that they'll die on this hill for one reason or another, and I don't know. It amuses me to try and see the mental gymnastics needed to try and get there. But let me know your thoughts on this story. I didn't want to kind of make this too long of a video, but seeing as though that this is going to be a major press conference thing and they're going to have everything on display on Tuesday, thought it was worth bringing up. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.